Hello and welcome to another lesson. Today we're going to be talking about gerrymandering. So what is gerrymandering and why does it matter? Well, gerrymandering is the redrawing of political boundaries or district lines to favor one political party, say red, over another political party, say blue. And this is done to gain power in the U.S. Congress and or even state congresses or general assemblies, whatever they're called in their specific state. So gerrymandering allows you to redraw district lines, and you can basically draw a district line however you want to if you are the controlling and most powerful party in your state. You can draw them in, say, a perfect representation where, okay, each one of these is 10, so you'll get 10 here, 10 here, 10, 10, 10, and you'll have 2 red districts and 3 blue districts. You can do this, which has 10 again, yet it's drawn in an unfair manner, which it's going to benefit the blue party every single time because the blue party outnumbers the red party voters in each of these districts. So no matter what, blue's always going to win. In the third and final example over here, you'll see that despite being a clear minority in this made-up state, the districts were redrawn in such a way as to actually benefit the minority. And red actually wins this entire state more seats than blue, despite being a clear minority. So gerrymandering is used to try to gain the most seats in Congress. The reason is because Congress is our lawmaking body, and the party with the most seats has control of that House of Congress, whether it's the Senate or the House. And having control of either or both houses grants that party immense power in the U.S. government. All right? So moving on. 2 different kinds of gerrymandering that you can see sometimes are cracking and packing. So in this example over here, you see there's a lot of red right here, right? So there are 2 different methods you could take to approach this problem that is created by all the voters for red being located in the middle. You could crack it, which as you see here, it's broken up into different districts where despite the fact that there's a lot of red here, no matter which district it's in now, the red voters are outnumbered. So blue voters will win in each of these districts. Clever. And then there's packing. Packing is kind of like, say, well, there's a lot of voters here, so let's just put them all in one district, and they'll win 1 seat, but we'll win all these other seats around them. So of, say, 3 seats here, blue wins 3. Of, say, 3 seats here, blue wins 2, red wins 1, but blue is still the clear majority and will run that state because they'll have the majority power. So that's how cracking and packing can work. And you can see in this example over here that I kind of drew that, like, you can really draw these however you want. If you're in power in the state, you can draw districts to just benefit yourself. Actually, that's not the best way to draw this. So let's just draw in with, say, there's 5 people in each district. So we're just going to do this. And right here, you can kind of see that we crack this area over here, and we put 2 red dots in a district with 3 blue dots, which means that for the most part, blue is going to win these 3 districts every single time. And we're giving up this top district to the red, but that doesn't matter because we own 3/4 of the seats in our state Congress. And we'll also get 3/4 of the seats in the U.S. Congress, which is a major victory for us. So, yay us. This is an example of cracking and packing. We broke up this huge amount of red over here, and then we also packed a huge amount of red up here that we couldn't really deal with this one little blue dot as well. Now, there are many ways you can just redraw this, and there's probably even an efficient way to actually draw it so that you win all seats regardless. I'll leave that up to you if you want to give it a try at home. Last one. So, we live in Ohio. And what if I told you Ohio was about 50-50 when it comes to Republicans and or Democrats? So, Ohio is split down the middle when it comes to political parties, just about. If there's any leeway, it's very, very, very close. And despite being 50-50, when you look at the Ohio electoral map, or district map, you'll see that there are should probably change the color. Anyway, oh well. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 districts that the Democrats control, as opposed to everything else in Ohio, which is kind of insane. And you really have to look at some of these districts and how they've been drawn to catch my point. This needs to go away. Like this district, for example, which just goes in this like nice C shape. Or this district, which just goes up and around the entire Ohio. Or this district. I mean, like, it's insane how some of these districts are drawn. And what you're seeing in this map is a mixture of cracking and packing throughout Ohio. These instances where you see like these arms extending are instances where Republican lawmakers have identified where their voters live, and they've drawn districts in such a way to cram as many of their voters into a district to outvote the Democratic voters in that area as well. Down here in Cincinnati, for example, though, you see a case of cracking. And the reason I say you see a case of cracking is if you look at Columbus, which is right here, you see packing. Cities with large populations tend to be more Democratic than Republican. And so, therefore, here in Columbus, they didn't want to bother trying to crack it up and break them up in these other districts because they may actually lose other districts. But down here in Cincinnati, they actually took the opportunity to crack Cincinnati into potentially 1, 2, 3, 4 different districts. By breaking that population up into 4 different areas, they were able to outnumber the Democratic voters in those areas and secure Republican majorities in all 4 districts. And that is basically a breakdown of gerrymandering. And thank you.